Hi there. I didn't think the video was working then, but it is. So hi there, welcome back to Logic Language Learning. Okay, so first things first, if you like this video, can I ask you at the end of the video to click like? Can I ask you to subscribe? And can you also mail me with any questions or anything that's bothering you, or write underneath if you want me to cover something, logiclanguagelearning@gmail.com, or indeed just write underneath this video and I will obviously see that if you want something covering. So what we're looking at today is an extension of the subjunctive work that we've done. So most of you are pretty capable of working this out. If you've not already seen the subjunctive videos that have already been done, I strongly recommend you go and have a look at those. Particularly the one about the shortcut, the subjunctive theatre. Okay, so the indicative theatre rather. So what we're talking about today is something which really confuses people who've done quite well on the other part of the subjunctive. So if I've managed to convince you that the subjunctive is kind of a shaky, not quite happening feeling, so if you want that something happens, then the second clause is going to be subjunctive because, well, it isn't happening at the moment, okay? Or if I say I'm scared that something's going to happen, then the second clause is going to be subjunctive because it might not happen. So for example, I want you to be happy, je veux que tu sois content ou contente. This is subjunctive because you might not be happy right now, okay? You could be, but I'm asking for it. If I say I'm scared she's sad, j'ai peur qu'elle soit triste, she might not be sad, but I'm scared of it. So I'm not saying it with 100% conviction, she is sad. Okay, so the second part, the second clause, the part that you're making subjunctive, okay, normal verb indicative, second part subjunctive. This one is a little bit shady, hazy, dotted line, whatever, something's not quite normal there. So then why are we going to look today at statements which pretty much cover things you could be pretty sure about? So for example, if you said, it's fantastic, he is French, because he's going to practice our French with us, okay? Now you know when you say this that he is French. There is no doubt in your mind that he's French when you say this, okay? But this will still be subjunctive. This will be c'est fantastique qu'il soit français. And you will go, Luke, why is this subjunctive? Because he is French, so I don't understand. Why do we need to make this subjunctive? So this is what I call emo and neutral, okay, which is the higher level of the subjunctive. So well done for getting this far. And again, it's something that happens in other languages, so don't feel you're being punished in French. It's desperately easy in French compared to Spanish and Italian. We have a lot more subjunctive in both of those languages. So let's look at what constitutes, what makes up, what gives us an emotional first part. Because the emo ingredient for the subjunctive is going to be an adjective plus our que plus our second part. Not all adjectives, okay? Not all emotional feelings. If there's any definite emotion, you know, c'est sûr, c'est certain, it's sure, it's certain, then this won't give us the subjunctive, okay? So let's look at some examples. So I am happy would be an emotion. I am sad would be an emotion. Now you say those on their own, that's absolutely fine. Oui, je suis content, je suis triste. That's a completely acceptable sentence on its own. If I said I am happy that Rachel is doing her homework, okay? So the subjunctive of to do is fasse. So Rachel is doing her homework. I'm telling you I'm happy she's doing her homework. And look, there she is, she's in front of me, I can see her doing it. It will still be je suis content que Rachel fasse ses devoirs. And you will say, well Luke, why is that subjunctive? Because there's Rachel, I can see her, she's got her book out, she's doing her homework, hopefully she's listening rather than just writing. You know I don't like written exercises without the listening or the speaking. And it's because it's emotional. So let's go back to this idea of the indicative theatre. The theatre was where we placed, or the reporter taking a picture, was anything that is reportatively happening definitely in that main sentence. Okay, so the future won't automatically give us the subjunctive, because even though it might not be happening right now, you are saying, you know, he will be in France, he will be in Paris, he was in Paris. You can use any tense with this, it doesn't change anything. What we are saying is that if the first sentence is about, it's fantastic, that's your main sentence, that is your main action, that's what's going on. Okay? So if we want to go back to our theatre, it is fantastic. The sentence that is taking place is it being fantastic. That's what we're seeing in the theatre. And that Luc speaks French, which would be the subjunctive, although it would sound the same. C'est fantastique que Luc parle français. That would not be the main sentence, okay? Because there's an emotional comment, there's all this attachment to the first one, and then there's the second one, okay? So let's go with another one. I'm sad he came, because I didn't want him to come. So he came normally, il est venu. Je suis triste qu'il soit venu. Because the first one is an emotion, I'm sad. That's my main action. I am sad, I'm being sad. Okay? That he came, qu'il soit venu. Okay? I'm sad he didn't come. Je suis triste qu'il ne soit pas venu. Je suis triste qu'il soit pas venu. Orally, we might drop the no. Because, again, I'm sad, then the second part will be in the subjunctive. It might not even be a traditional adjective. It might not be I am adjective plus que. I could use a verb, you know, that makes me sad. Yeah, ça m'attriste. Cela m'attriste. Attrister is to make sad. It makes me sad. That's a verb to make sad. Ça me rend content. It makes me happy. It makes me happy that Luc speaks French. Again, so it doesn't even need to be, although this is the main thing I want you to get down, it doesn't even need to be this adjective. Somebody is an adjective, that something subjunctive. It doesn't always need to be that. Ça m'attriste, ça me ça me chagrine. Yeah, ça me chagrine, that makes me sorrowful. Qu'il soit pas là. Oh, it's ever so sad he's not there for his mother's funeral. Ça me chagrine qu'il soit pas là. Yeah, the emotion is in the first sentence. It's not definite. Remember, if I had definite or surety, any, you know, then that would be subjunctive. Okay. So you go, okay, but you say there's definite. If there's anything definite or anything sure, you'd say, yeah, but Luke, if you say I'm sad he's come, you know he's come, but the point is my first sentence is about emotion, and that's what makes the subjunctive. Okay, so here's a few examples. I'm happy he is dead, because he was in pain. Let's make it nicer. So he is dead, il est mort. Yeah, he died, he's dead, same thing. What did I say? I'm happy he's dead. Je suis content qu'il soit mort. Okay? We are doing our homework. I'm happy that we are doing our homework. Je suis content que nous fassions nos devoirs. Notre devoir ou nos devoirs. Okay? What could I go with that's different from happy or sad? I'm interested. I'm perplexed. I'm puzzled. I'm curious. I'm confused that he is late. Je suis confus qu'il soit en retard. The same. There's any form of emotion in this first one. Okay? Moving on. Neutral sentences. Okay? Now, a neutral sentence means a sentence that is not started with a person, effectively. That's a very poor way of describing it, but I do something, you do something, he does something. You know, you're very familiar. Je, tu, il, elle. And by the way, il can also be an object, not a person, which is what we're coming to. So